Alright, so basically in this video I'm just going to start explaining how each of these managers work. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the 4-game manager because that one's the most simple, I feel like, to explain. So, but basically how each of these managers work is inside the code. Alright, so inside the code I have a place where you can drag the game object, and you can check on those game objects and access it through those things. So anyways, so I'll just explain the 4-game real quick. So this is my 4-game manager script, and in it I have a timer that way, so once a certain amount of time passes, it'll change the 4 that way, so it basically starts the puzzle, because when you first walk into the game, the 4 is normal, it's the correct 4, and then after some time passes, it just switches on you, and so you have to figure out the puzzle to get the 4 to go back to normal. So that's what the timer's for. Is it basically just lets you change that, and this is a part of that timer. So this is the bool that lets you know once the game is complete. And this right here is just this accesses this script right here, and this just allows you to change the 4 basically. I'll go look at that script later because this script is a child of this script. And this is also part of that timer. This just lets you know once the 4 is changed. And so, anyways, so right here, these are just material changers, which that's another script that I wrote, and so basically just I defined one for each of the tiles on the floor, and it lets you change. So basically what this 4 looks like is but basically, so you got your 4 tiles, and each of these have a script attached to it that lets you change the material of it, which in turn will change the appearance. So basically it's the same material, and there's there's 4 of them. You got red, green, blue, and yellow. And how you solve this puzzle is once all 4 of these are green, then then that's how you know the puzzle is complete. And so you can interact with each of these tiles, and you can go click on them, and it'll change it, and it'll rotate through these 4 materials. And so once they're all green, it'll say the puzzle is complete. So at the start of it, basically it just it says the 4-game is not complete, and then it goes and finds. It takes the change 4, and it goes and finds the script that's on the 4, and it changes the 4, the whole material of the 4 itself, and it actually causes these 4 things to rise up after a certain amount of time. So this is the timer, basically just after a certain amount of time, which is 30 seconds, as you can see right there. Then it'll change it'll make the 4 go bad, it'll change it. And then every update, it's checking to see if each one of these 4 panels is the right color. And it's doing that by accessing the script called Material Changer, which I gotta go find now. So, basically, this is a public place where you can click and drag the 4 materials you want to change to. And this is the Boolean that lets you know if it's the correct material. And then this one has another countdown as well. And what this countdown does is it just makes the buttons rise up. And that was so at the beginning. It just kind of hides these buttons down below the 4 while it's normal, and then once the 4 changes bad, it'll pop them up that way so you can interact with them after you actually need to. But anyways, so on each operate, which is whenever you click on the game object, what this operate does each time is it increases the count, and depending on what count it is, it will rotate through the 4 materials. And if it is the green one, it sets green to true, and if it's not, it sets the green to the false. And then it'll reset the count to 0 after 4, that way so it can restart the cycle again. So that's on each operate. So that's how it knows if it's the correct material or not. And then on the start, at the very beginning of the game, it just gets the renderer, and this is what allows you to access the material on each of those objects and change them. And this is the timer that just, once a certain amount of time is passed, which needs to be the same as the other one, so 30 seconds, then the material will change and these tiles will pop up so that you can actually do the puzzle. And then this is another function that once another certain amount of time has passed, it'll pop them back underneath. That way so you can no longer change those materials on those buttons because you don't need to, because the 4 is back to normal. So basically how that game works is all right there. So you got a certain amount of time that passes, and then these tiles will pop up above the 4, and the 4 will change to the incorrect 4, and then you have to get all these to be the same color, which is green, and this one, and the hints are out here. It's surrounded by other tiles that are green, so you can tell that all the tiles need to be green. And once you do that, it solves the puzzle. It'll pop these panels right here back underneath the 4, and it'll change the actual 4 back to the correct texture. And I'll provide a video of that at a later time once you